Our second matchup for day number 1 in India. We have Revenant against S8UL. What are the bans going to look like? Will we see S8UL being picked or banned? I mean, we're gonna see it being picked or banned, but which one of the two is gonna be banned or picked? That's the question. Are both teams gonna ban the same Pokemon as well? That can happen as well. Both teams can ban the same Pokemon because they don't know what the other team actually bans. And we have Snorlax and Urshifu being banned. So we have a S8UL that can be picked. What is Revenant gonna first do here? The things that are open are stuff like Scyther, S8UL, probably highest priority right now. And it's Eldegoss being picked first. Okay, Eldegoss first. I mean, I think India really likes Eldegoss. It's a strong Pokemon. And then S8UL is like, okay, one defender's gone, let's pick the other one, which is Mamoswine. Securing it very early on, and Azumarill also is just so popular over here in India. Picking up that early Azumarill yet again. It lost twice earlier today. Maybe this one can be the win for Azumarill. And then we have Dodrio and probably the Scyther being locked in for Revenant. So S8UL is still open and neither team is opting into it for now. Let's see if one team is going to commit. Blissey, Cramorant. I do think Blissey has to be picked at some point. No Mr. Mime and no S8UL currently being considered. Slowbro's going to be the defender choice for Revenant, by the looks of it. And then Crowley is going into a Mew. So, no S8UL. Actually, Mr. Mime? Okay. Deciding to go into double support with the Mr. Mime instead. Do think that's also very strong. And last pick now for S8UL. And I think a S8UL doesn't make sense anymore now, because he will lack damage. So they go into Cramorant. Interesting. S8UL, actually I was wrong. It didn't get picked or banned. Neither happened. It is just open. Maybe they're confident in playing it, or they don't have a S8UL play in their teams, or they think it's actually not that great when it comes to their opponents. Or you have a Gardevoir being last pick for S8UL, who's going to probably take the jungle position for the side of S8UL. I still like both drafts, honestly. Looks very solid. Both teams have good frontline, good supporting, good backline carries, good melee carries as well. And Mime is going to be, Mime is going to be act as the tank for S8UL right here with an Eldegoss healing behind. But yeah, I guess they're kind of lacking frontline when it comes to Revenant. And we're heading into the first game of this best of 3 as well again. We have the Flower and Scyther going towards top. Mime and Mew going towards bot. Mime and Mew is just a lane we have been seeing for a long time now. It's still being played. And then we have a Swinoop and a Cramorant going towards bot for S8UL. Mara and Chenzi sharing a jungle buff. Just doing very fast just in case there's some invading happening. But we don't have any invading. They just want to take this buff fast and go towards top path. Swinoop already engaging onto the Mr. Mime. Xeso is dropping quite low. Gets locked up by the auto attacks, but the focus spin and X speed is gonna get him out of harm's way quite easily. Tensei looking for this last hit on the bunny, but can't quite do it. Has to be careful as well. It's dropping under half HP already. And top lane we have the Chenzi and Marina with a red buff already, which means we already have a level A, a level 4 Azumarill very, very early on with the Aqua Tail, so he's going to be having a good time up here after taking the red buff this early. Has a lot of experience. Dodrio of Revenant is walking towards bot, but it's going to be 3v3 down here. Both junglers are looking for a gank. And Swinoop might just looking for the dive right here. He goes in, locks up the Mr. Mime, who's taking a lot of damage again. But nice light screen confusion onto the Swinoop, who has the eject button to safety. And still don't have a single KO yet. We have a Scizor actually. It's a Scizor, not a Scyther. Going with a bullet punch. Interesting. Into doubles. I don't know if I like it. I don't think I like it. I'm gonna be honest. But he's gonna have two supports next to him, the Eldegoss and Mr. Mime, so maybe he turns unkillable. Let's see what the Cramorant is also going for. Revenant now with the invade. Nova's looking for this red buff, but S8UL is responding to it. And he's going in with the Aqua Tail. They're going to try to down out the Dodrio, who's going back in with a boost auto attack. Still don't have a KO done yet, so both teams playing away with not getting KO'd yet. But I still just prefer, I think, a Scyther. Especially into a Gardevoir. I don't think Gardevoir can do much about it if he just jump into late game teamfight onto the Gardevoir. But I guess Scizor can do the same. And Swinoop is going to be the first KO now. Mew's going to Solar Beam and take the first KO for Revenant in this match. Looking for maybe bot lane push as well now. At least Azumarill can't really fight a Scizor. Scizor's gonna probably win against Azumarill quite easily. And Scyther would probably not have as much sustain. So maybe that's what they want to do, just have someone be against the Azumarill and do well against it in the 1v1 on top lane. Another Solar Beam flying through. Mew still such a strong Pokemon. In all these matches, yesterday is where we saw it. In the flows and rotation, that Mew is just still one of the best Pokemon when it comes to ranged attackers. Next Arteria spawn is here, and the Power Stop of Mr. Mime. They only have a Swinoop, doesn't have the first evolution yet. So hopefully he's gonna get it after this bunny, unless Mew can maybe snipe it away, and he can't. The Pillow Swine is here. You're gonna pick up the Icicle Crash. And top lane, we have a dive happening. Dodrio and Scizor both going for the Azumarill, and they get the KO. That's gonna be huge for the side of Revenant. They're putting the goal to 2 HP, or 2 points. They score 102 in total already, and they're gonna get a lot of experience from it. They're gonna finish off the goal and go for Regieleki afterwards. But they're also making a move for the Regirock at the same time. It's a 3v3 down here. Solar Beam is going to the Blissey. He's taking a lot of damage. Has berries behind, but it's not gonna opt into taking them. And we have now slowly another KO on top as well. The Pillow Swine is getting taken down by the Dodrio. Revenant is currently winning on both sides of the map. And they also win. Are they going to win bot lane? They have so much poke right here and so much healing. Eldegoss and Mime are just not going to take any damage down here. He's just power swapping the Regirock. Nice confusion, hitting Cramorant and also supports, but he actually goes down. Next to the Regirock. Huge damage coming from Gardevoir. And this could be something they can do. Yes, the Blissey's going to secure this Regirock now for the side of Sol. Looking for Crowley, who's going to run away. Has to eject button to safety. Bloomblast is going to connect. But now Scissor's down here, and he has Unite move up. He goes onto Cramorant. He just gets absolutely deleted. The Sword Dance Polar Punch is also going to kill the Blissey. Double KO for Blizzard. And they're going to keep diving. Gardevoir does have Unite, so maybe he's looking for it. There's the Unite. It's only going to hit Scizor. No, he jumps out of it as well. And now Gardevoir's going to fall to Dodrio. Revenant in complete control of this early game now. Another KO is going to happen, and they're going to start scoring. 24 points going for Scizor. Who else is going to score? Dodrio is going to try to maybe get some caps in. 28 going for Mew, and they finish off the goal. Looking maybe for the second as well now. Pro D is very, very low on HP, and Blizzard just jumping in as well again. This Scizor actually turns out just being killable right now. Another Bullet Punch. Cramorant is dropping super, super low. The Sword Dance. Another jump forward. They're just diving the second goal. They don't care. And the Pillow Swine is trying to buy time. What a huge Icicle Crash! Into high horsepower on 3 targets. They actually finally find a KO on Dodrio. And that stops the push from happening. They're going to be on the chase now. Mr. Mime is running away. Another high horsepower is going to stun him, lock him up. Azumarill Unite goes on to Mr. Mime. And that's 2 KOs for Sol. What a huge defense by Mamoswine in the end there. And now Blizzard in a 1v5. That was too much. Now he was doing a bit too much. Mew of Service trying to defend the goal. But they're finally going to start scoring some points as well. Mamoswine Unite not doing all too much. And another high horsepower locking up Dodrio, who does have full heal. Cramorant Unite is there. It's going to KO Mew. And they're going to look for more. They can finish off this goal and get them closer on 2 points. So Sol with a nice comeback. Revenant just going a bit too ham, and they get punished for it. Regieleki's up. Mamoswine looking for a 40 cap on bot. Mew's there. Can Mew stop it in time? I don't think he can reach it. No, Mamoswine's going to score. The boost auto take of Mew takes too long to go through. And Mamoswine's scoring another 40 points, which puts him to 170, so very close again. When it comes to points scored, Sword Dance, Bullet Punch is going in as Revenant flies onto Scizor. Does Scizor have Unite? Yes, he has. Is he going to use it anytime soon? Bliss Unite's going to stun him as well. Blizzard is dropping low and he gets destroyed by the dive auto tech. Scizor's taken down without using Unite. Waiting a bit too long on it. Now Mr. Mime is also going to fall. Double KO for Sol. And they're going to start working on this Regieleki. S5. Can maybe Dodrio Eldegoss steal it away? Doesn't look like it. No, they can't. They're too late. Just looking for it, but they give up the Regieleki in the end. Which should walk into this goal zone quite easily, but the fight is breaking out. Dodrio Unite is moving in. He's jumping through 5 characters right now. Eldegoss push Regieleki in by landing. But they don't care. They're still taking this team fight. They're kind of just baiting them. 3 people are down of Sol. Blissey's also gonna fall. 4 people go down for the team of Sol. Again, a team overextending into a goal zone. And Eldegoss pushing the Regieleki in, honestly, is not too big of an issue. They kind of still baited them into thinking they can just walk up and score. And Revenant taking a nice team fight on top. Very back and forth team fights now. Bottom Reggie is also spawning. And Sol should be able to get this one quite easily. Revenant nowhere in positioning or contesting it. Not even deciding to go for it. So Regirock is going to be claimed. And this goes into the Rayquaza fight. This buff right here. Taking it 3 minutes. They're going to have more defense and special defense. Which, I mean, it doesn't matter too much, but it's still tankier, right? If you just live even on 10 HP or something from something, the Regirock could have made the difference of living barely and dying. 44 seconds left for Rayquaza to spawn. Both teams are just farming right now. We have a level 12 Dodrio for Revenant, level 12 Scizor, 11 on Mime, 11 on Mew, 10 on Eldegoss. On the right side, the carry Gardevoir level 12 with Azumarill level 12, and Mew Mamoswine. Currently highest level in the game with the other three Pokemon. But Azumarill taking level 30 now, so experience-wise, Soul is looking good. Very good. Obviously, very close game. 277 to 214 points. S8UL here looking for level 12 on the Cramorant as well. And Rayquaza is spawning. This is where Mew starts shining again. Those Solar Beams with the cooldown reduction on level 10. It's just gonna keep throwing out Solar Beam with boosted auto attack, Solar Beam boosted auto attack, Solar Beam boosted auto attack on cooldown. And it's just so much poke and damage. Scizor is gonna start building up his Bullet Punch on Rayquaza to make sure you always have to have you have to hit Bullet Punch once. You go into the second activation. And he's gonna fight Azumarill. I don't think Azumarill has a chance in this fight. But Gardevoir's here. The Moonblast is gonna miss. And it's getting poked out. They're completely zoned off the Rayquaza pit right now. But Blizzard is a nice pull here. Is gonna get away from the Mamoswine. Azumarill dumping very, very deep. It's looking for this 1-4. Huge Dodo Unite, locking up 3 targets. But I don't think it's looking... Oh, it's actually looking quite good for the side of Revenant right now. They find 1, they find 2, they find 3. Can they find the entire ace? Yes, they do. Mamoswine is 1 HP right now. He's the last man standing. And Revenant, they're not going for Rayquaza right now. They're actually just hating this Mamoswine. Okay, now they're going for Rayquaza with Dodrio. And some of this team fight, it actually looked quite... I can't really tell which way it was going. But Revenant just completely murdering Soul in this last team fight. And they take Rayquaza not losing a single member. And that should be the first match, or the first map going over to the side of Revenant. 377 go in, Dodrio's gonna jump into the enemy base, run straight forward. Gonna score his 100 points, uncontested. Another 54 points, go in for the Eldegoss. There was a huge Dodrio Unite, locking up multiple targets into the air. And then Gardevoir, Blissey kind of stacked on each other, just went down. They just went down. 601 points now. 30 seconds left. And I mean, yeah. Nothing Soul can do. Very back and forth game in the end. Very back and forth game. The Pokemon Company or like whatever who does this doesn't want people to surrender. Yeah, they don't want people to surrender official tournaments.
Revenant gets it for themselves. S8UL, they'll have to go for the next one if they need to go for the win.
I think Revenant pushed S8UL so far enough that S8UL giving them that space.
Second draft is starting. Is Sableye this time going to be picked or banned? I don't think so. If it doesn't get picked on the first map, I mean, maybe they change it now. Like a winning team doesn't really change their comp too much, but a losing team is gonna change maybe something. And we have this time Sableye banned for Soul. Revenant opting into the Snorlax ban yet again, which means we have Scyther, Urshifu, Blissey all open, and we have a first pick Urshifu for the side of Soul. Let's see a Mamoswine being picked again very early on for Revenant this time. Or just securing an Eldegoss, by the looks of it. The second pick is going to be Mamoswine, there we go. Which leaves a lot of Pokemon still open for Soul, it doesn't matter what. Scyther, no hesitation there. And I mean, they don't have to pick a support now. They could opt into maybe a Mr. Mime as well. But they're picking Ninetales. Okay, very early Ninetales here. They know that the Revenant's not going to pick any more defenders and supports most likely, so they just want to secure a carry. But picking Ninetales over Mew as well over here. Blizzard's going to lock in Lucario. Dodrio's also getting picked. So we have a Lucario. I assume we're going to probably see a Blissey and maybe a Mr. Mime again. Most likely, I would assume. It's going to be Blissey Mime. It could also be Blissey Slowbro, a Mime Slowbro. But no, it's the Blissey Mime. Last rotation, double support. And then Revenant is going to pick up the Mew. Honestly, I really like Soul's draft right here. Looks very solid. But I think both teams not looking too bad. I feel like Revenant is might missing some damage. Revenant's gonna have a hard time KOing anything in late game, I feel like. We have X attack on Lucario, so for sure gonna be Power Punch close combat. Doji running full heal. Same for the Scyther. It's probably gonna be a Scyther since he had an energy amplifier. And everything else looking quite normal otherwise. So we're heading straight into game number 2. Cauliflower and Lucario running towards top against a Cup View, and I'm not sure what else was there, maybe a Shenzi again. And then we have the Vulpix going bot lane with a Mr. Mime. Scyther jungling left side, but they're actually sharing jungle buffs this time. They want to make sure that Mike gets to level 5 very fast, they take the red buff, and then Scyther just takes blue buff. Which still gives him to level 5 if he just goes bot lane afterwards, maybe picking up one of these last hits over here, so... I like it. On the other side, we just have Revenant. Dudu just taking the entire jungle by himself, getting to level 5. After clearing the jungle, who's just done with blue buff now. And there we go. Doing just entire jungle rotation. Lizard looking for this last hit. Has the quick attack, and he's going to secure this bunny quite easily. It's very hard to out-secure Lucario. Meteor Mesh stuns you, and then quick attack also does a lot of damage, and you can combine it both together. And pretty much get every single last hit. Caesar on the chase here, wants this Mr. Mime. Swinoops are very aggressive. And Crowley's going to try to see this away. Has the Solar Beam, and it went over to Mr. Mime. The clap was in time. And he's going to secure level 4 with this, unlocking the Confusion. Dodio's looking for a gank on the side. And Tensei has to be careful. He gets locked up by the Swinoop, and I said he has to be careful! Dodio flies in from the side, good stuns by Swinoop. And Revenant's going to pick up first KO of this match here on bot lane, or on bottom path. Swinoop's going to score some more points as well, one more. Gonna pick up this Altaria for level 5, and yeah, he does get it! Just barely. Right before Nighthis was able to steal it away, he takes himself and gets the first evolution done. Scyther back to jungling, same for Dodrio. We have no invades happening this time. Neither team is looking for any source of invades. Both are just farming their sites. And Power Punch is now there. Power Punch against Big Blow. It's Lucario against the cooler Lucario. But the Lucario might just win right here. The Power Punch is there. And he KOs the cooler Lucario with the Power Punch. So maybe he's the cooler Lucario after all. A lot of points go in. 110 already for Revenant. And Xeso is going to score another 5 points as well. Why not? Gets locked up by the Dazzling Gleam. Light screen to Confusion. Is he actually going to wait from this? He gets locked down so much. Mew's trying to peel for him with the Surf, and he gets Mime away from his Pillow Swine. But now he might just die. The Gleam is there. Has he Jake Button as well? And they both get out alive. Just barely. But they do get out alive. Close calls right here. Another Power Punch is being charged. And Ushifu's going to die again to Lucario. And the gank of Dodrio. They're looking for this push right now. Atari's spawning in 2 seconds. And Soul is answering with the KO on bot. The Mew is going down after not having eject button this time. And Nova's maybe looking for some invades now. Another double KO for the Scyther on bot goal. It's so difficult to stay alive when an overlevel jungler comes into your lane and just wants to KO you. Not much you can do about it. Solar Beam is actually going to snipe this away, and that's huge for the Mew. This means Scyther's not going to be level 9. For now, after the getting that, he would have been level 9. And now Nova's here. Has the boost auto attack. He's going to miss it. Stuck into a barrier. He just walks against it, hoping it disappears at some point. Or it just stays up for so long. And now Registeel is being attacked. Looks like both teams are going for it 4v4. But Dory is actually just going back to jungle. And Blissey is staying top lane. They're leaving Blissey alone top. They're going to start doing it. The huge Solar Beam is going to chunk Mime to almost no HP. Boost auto goes onto Urshifu, who's starting up the Big Blow. But the high horsepower's there. Dodrio's back as well in action. And the Big Blow's going to KO Dodrio though. But I can't even talk anymore. Dodrio's going to get taken down. High horsepower goes on to Mr. Mime. He's going to fall next. Big Blow. That's a lot of damage to Pillow Swine. And Dodrio cannot just die without using Unite move. I know Scyther's here. But huge Mew Unite is going to, for now, hide them. But the Scyther is going to finish off the Pillow Swine. Going for the Registeel now. And Soul looks like in a good position now. Can the Power Punch be enough? Power Punch against Big Blow again. But the Power Punch is quite early. But he's going to get it with the close combat. He's going to get it with the close combat. They also get 2. They get 3 KOs right here. Nighthis goes down. Scyther goes down. Urshifu's also going to fall. And they're going to look for this push right here. Blizzard charging up the Power Punch. Close combat as well again. And Mime gets taken down. It's going to be a huge overcap for Revenant. 35 points over the limit. And that makes them 192 points. Pro D is on the run. Getting chased down by Eldegoss. And he's just going to get slowed over and over again. Mew's also here now. And Pro D tried to get away. But Eldegoss says, nah, you're not getting away. You are not getting away.
this point, so that
Wants to show who the superior support is. And now the Regieleki is also going to start being taken.
only Z-Shawl on
I can't see the HP on Regieleki. It's still over half HP. Power Punch is going in! And they just murder Ninetales. This Lucario is getting so much value right now.
been eliminated.
But he's gonna get taken down. He has no chance against Urshifu Unite. Gets knocked up by it. Vectlo's gonna just one-shot him together with the Unite move. This Unite's gonna keep Urshifu alive, but it's kinda a waste. Can't really do much with the shield.
And the Unite being
Going back onto Regieleki. And Mamoswine is buying a lot of time with the Isaac Crash High Horsepower. This is in a very bad position, but they find Dodrio.
S8UL
Somehow Dodrio just keeps out dying.
top lane. They've delivered a knockout
He just keeps up dying. Huge high horsepower again, hitting 3 characters with the Isaac Crash as well. Mew with the surface going in.
being used from
Who's gonna fall next? Mew Unite is there too. Another high horsepower going on to Sheep for the close combat's gonna finish him off. That's 2 people down for the side of Soul.
and takes out Urshifu.
And Lucario is level 12 already now.
Other than the Blitz
Scyther looking for the Mew, gets locked up again. This Mamoswine is just stunning them over and over again. Scyther looking for some KOs. They're super low. Mime Unite is gonna find one. Can he find Crowley as well? The confusion? No, he gets away from it. Mamoswine also living on 1 HP. The Electro Ball is gonna help finish off Mr. Mime. And Revenant fighting just with very small things right here. Getting away barely. Very small margins, but they're getting away with everything they're doing right now. Lucario is level 13. Lucario is level 13. He's 2 levels higher than the highest level on Soul right now. We still have a Dojo Unite. Is he going to look to use it? Ninetales Unite as well, but it's not going to be too effective. And Nova might just be trying to dive in right here. He's being very patient. There we go. He knocks up 4 people, but Big Blow is they going to secure this Regieleki, and the fight is breaking out. Ninetales Unite is also being used. It's a 1-for-1 so far, and I think it's going to stay at a 1-for-1. Regieleki goes over to Soul, and Revenant is going to try to defend it now. Solar Beams already flying in again. Mew is level 10, which means we get cooldown reduction for every Solar Beam target that we hit. But the Urshifu Unite is just too much. Urshifu Unite, no counterplay unless you're full heal, which I think you should always run fully if you play against Urshifu now. Make sure you're not the target or the victim to its Unite move, and it's gonna catch Mew. There's no chance against it. It's 2 buttons you have to press, and you kill pretty much KO every attack in the game without any counterplay. It's just this much damage this Pokemon does. But Regieleki actually gets defended. And now we have bottom Regi also spawning. I don't know which one it is. I don't think we saw it. And we have 1 minute left for Rayquaza to spawn. Which Regi is it? Soul is committing 3 characters right now towards it. We have Lucario being alone on it. And Soul is scouting him out. We have a Mime Unite actually. Very late Mime Unite there. Just want to find some KOs, but he's going to fall instead. What? Very questionable play by Tensei. Very, very questionable play. 248. 1v4 Mime Unite. Urshifu also very deep on top. He's going to get chased down. Slowly miss there. Boost auto attack is going to land onto him. And we have Mamoswine, of course, here again. Another boost auto attack of Dodrio with the agility. He's going to get it. But Regice is being picked up by Soul. Revenant completely ignoring the bottom objective in this fight. But Mime doesn't have Unite now. Revenant 276 points. Soul with 106 points. And Rayquaza spawning in 10 seconds. 10 seconds. Is it going to be the last Rayquaza of today, or are we going to see one more? That's the question. This Mamoswine is just getting so much value with every high horsepower hitting multiple targets. The Isaac Crash freezing people as well. And he's just scouting for his team, being very far up front. Giorgio might look for a backhand on top, but for now he's just defending as well. And Scyther's in a very interesting position down bots. He's going to see if anyone's going to walk by that he can maybe jump onto. Solar Beams again off me are just poking and poking and poking. It's so strong in these fights when nothing happens. Victor's being charged, but it's not. It's going to go into Edigos. He's going to Unite move the Edigos. Can he find the one shot on Edigos? No, Edigos does get Unite move out. There was not enough damage. It's going to land on the team and heal up back Mamoswine and Edigos as well. So Urshifu Unite pretty much just wasted. High horsepower goes on to Mr. Mime, who does have Unite up again. The confusion barrier is there. And Mamoswine might just be dying right here. Edigos is also going to fight to the Scyther damage. Oh, huge Mew Surf is going to buy time. Bliss Unite's going to fly over. Where's Lucario? Can he do anything in this team fight? 2 people are down for Revenant. Or still up for Soul. Oh, he's going to maybe look for this last hit. What can Nova do right here? The team fighting seems to be in favor of Soul in this late game. And there's some more Steel Rayquaza. They have Solar Beam or Electro Ball. Power Punch as well. There it goes in! And Solar Beam gets it! The Big Blow just put the Rayquaza to literally 1 HP. But no, Dodrio actually secures it. Somehow Dodrio gets the last hit on Rayquaza. It was so close. It was so close. Also, is going to try and score points as well if they can, but it looks desperate. 386 points. Oh my. I mean, I think it was correct to go for this flip with Vic Blow, Shifu. I think it was super, super close. We can take a look at the replay afterwards. this game is still going on. But yeah, Revenant's gonna take it 2-0, most likely. So let's go back. Let's actually see how close this was, because I think it was very close. I want to see that again. Actually, it wasn't that close, to be honest. It wasn't that close. Never mind. It was the decent amount of HP, and then the Tri-Attack got it. The Tri-Attack damage got it. But I mean, it's difficult in these scenarios. But the Tri-Attack gets it. I think this did the Soul Beam actually miss as well? Oh my. So yeah, Revenant takes a 2-0 win over Seoul in their opening match of the Asia Champions League India.
What a game coming up. S8UL did try to go
GG's, but I mean, it was reasonable to go for that. They were winning the team fight and they had the better secure, but in the end, they couldn't capitalize on it. 628 points Revenant, 106 for Seoul. Lucario having a great game, but their last team fight looked quite shaky. That's what I meant, they're running out of damage in late game, right? Late game, they don't have good team fighting. Lucario is running out of damage. Dorio is also difficult to play in late game. The only real damage they have is Mew with the Solar Beam, which is not really a big carry as well. But they take the victory in the end. GG's to both teams.